This is obviously my AR-15, the one that has been in other videos that I've had for a little while now. Right now it's got, not that you can tell, but it has the CMMG 22 conversion bolt in there, the stainless steel, I think the latest model. There's been a lot of videos and a lot of people saying different things about their accuracy and what kind of capabilities they have. I've heard a lot of different things about twist rate of barrels, and some people swear by them and say that they're accurate, and other people say that they're terrible and they're not worth it. You have to have a dedicated upper, and there's probably validity to both of those arguments. And no, it's not the most accurate 22 in the world. It's not going to shoot like a Bolt 22 at 100 yards, but it can be useful and it has its place. I recently did some shooting with, just as the rifle is, with some flip-up iron sights, and I wanted to share the range results. So I was shooting this rifle as it is with that sling at an Appleseed event. If you don't know what Appleseed is, let's just look here, see if we can bring the brightness down so you all can see that. Focus in, hopefully. Okay, so Appleseed is run by the Revolutionary War Veteran Association. They're basically all about teaching basic marksmanship, and actually to a level that I would say is beyond basic. I mean, they'll get you to shoot some pretty ridiculous groups if you just spend the day or even the weekend with them. Check their website out, appleseedinfo.org. They have events going on all the time. They're usually on the weekends. You can either do 2 days or 1 day. The 2-day event is something like $70-ish. The 1 day is about $50. Plan to bring some ammo. Some of them are center fire. Some of them are 22 only. So make sure you look the specifics of the event before signing up, and make sure you have the equipment. Whether you're just getting into shooting or not, or you're an expert, you can walk right in and you'll get something out of it. So expect to see people from age, I think at the one I shot at, there was 7-year-olds shooting, and there was 40-year-olds shooting. Some were first-time shooters, some were very experienced. So anybody can go. It's definitely a place where you don't have to be intimidated. You can just walk in. But it is fast-paced. It's not like they're just going to teach you the safety and then plink a couple rounds off. They're going to get you to be a very competent shooter by the time you walk out of there, for generally speaking. Let's see. I guess that's pretty much it. Oh, they're also going to teach you, which I think is very important, about the Revolutionary War, about basically why we broke from Britain, and they're going to give a lot of examples of individual people, individual battles or events that had to do with basically the sacrifices that were necessary to make America free. And that's a message that they believe, and in truth has not been taught to our youth. And that message has kind of been viewed as extreme, like, that would be crazy. They act like, even though Britain would have looked at Americans as traitors, the revolutionaries as traitors, it was a very heroic thing that was necessary. And in today's society, if you ever say anything like, oh, our government's becoming tyrannical just like Britain was when we broke from them in the past, people look at you like you're nuts, and they think you're extremist and crazy. And then you start quoting Thomas Jefferson and plenty of other people who were influential in those times, and they think you made it up, or Google is wrong, or that you're just taking it out of context. Anyways, let's get back to it. Also at Appleseed, they're going to teach you how to use GI slings, and they really do push that. I don't like the slings. I just don't. They don't have any advantages, in my opinion, over what I'm running here. It's basically the same support setup. It's just more practical. With this 2-point sling, you can transition from prone to standing without altering the sling. The one they're going to teach you, they're going to have you detach it and turn it into a single point sling with a loop that you're going to fish up around your bicep and put tension on with, which usually in battle people don't give you time to do stuff like that. But that's just my opinion. Just be aware of that. If you're going in there, they're going to push you into it, and they're not going to like you if you resist them in that. So that being said, be open-minded. Just try it. It's not going to hurt anything. You might end up liking it. So whatever. Targets. Okay, the first thing they're going to have you do there, and I'm just going to share all the targets I shot that day. We did a lot of shooting. My first target, I'm going to show you every one, whether it sucked or not. So all the shooting is going to be at 25 yards. At 25 yards, they are scaling all of the targets for distance. So instead of shooting at 1, 2, 3, and 400 yards, you're going to shoot at 25 yards, scaled down targets. So this is the 100-yard target. I don't know exactly how big this is. This is supposed to be a man-sized target at 100 yards, scaled down for 25 yards. This is the 200-yard, that's the 300-yard, that's the 400-yard, and that little square is a 250-yard headshot. So this was my first target. Nothing impressive with the bolt, the conversion. Nothing that great, but whatever. This was my second target. Tighten things up a little bit. This is 4 shots. There's 1, 2, 3, and then one right here. That's kind of on the rip. You can't really see. This is 5-shot group. That was pretty decent. Okay. Another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-shot group. Oops. Almost lost you there, huh? Sorry. 5 shots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know, something happened there with my cant or something. I was holding the rifle off, I guess, and slung those diagonally. Not sure. I suck from time to time, but mostly I'm trying to show that the CMG conversion kit is capable of pretty decent stuff, whether I am or not. Now this was a pretty cool exercise where they would take you and adjust your natural point of aim, and this is a really good fundamental thing that I picked up from Appleseed. The best way to shoot accurately is by finding your natural point of aim, meaning relaxing your body in, like say you're in the prone position, relax your body, just support your rifle, don't muscle it in any direction, and close your eyes, take a few breaths, open your eyes. Wherever your sights are pointing, that's your natural point of aim. Don't try and muscle the rifle over to the target. Rather than doing that, adjust your body so that your natural point of aim adjusts to the target. So let's say you relax and you see your target's here. Shift your hips a little bit. Okay, choke up on your rifle a bit, raises, shift your hips a bit, and your natural point of aim goes here. Okay, fire, fire. Okay, instead of muscling the rifle over, meaning using your hands to move the rifle, shift your hips, you know, choke up a bit, and you're on, boom, boom. So this exercise was do 1 shot, natural point of aim, do your hip shift, 2nd shot, 3rd shot, 4th shot, 1, 2, 3, 4, again, 1 shot each, not double tap. So that was pretty cool, and picked that up decent enough. Again, this is all at 25 yards with iron sights. Okay, I don't know what order these were shot in, but I'll just roll in some more. These are all different. This is from standing. The big targets are always from standing. Actually, not always. On the first one, on the red ones, I don't think they are. These are from standing. This is a 10-shot group. I misloaded a lot of my mags, so if you don't see 10 shots there, I didn't fly any off paper. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I underloaded and had some issues throughout. This would have been from sitting nest position or whatever. That's prone, and that is prone. And you can see this is more representative of the bolt. Okay, this is me sucking, this is me sucking, you know what I mean? The bolt is capable of punching holes at 25 yards with a good shooter. Remember though, I'm using iron sights, so I think if I were using my any scope on this, a 4-power scope, it probably would have been easier for me, but I think the rifle is capable of this all day long with that bolt. More targets. There's a 3-shot group that was pretty decent. Standing, couple 3-shot groups, 1 shot there. These are the tests they're going to do. This is standing on top from standing. This is from sitting position, these two. And here I had a catastrophic failure, so within the time limit they give you 55 seconds to go from standing to sitting position and put 5 rounds on each. I had a failure, and this is pertaining to the 22 bolt conversion, that is pretty common, where the ejected shell actually flips up and somehow gets caught in the charging handle, and you actually have to pull the bolt out, pull the mag out, and pretty much take it apart to get it to clear. So I did that, and then these bottom ones are all prone, which looks like I sucked pretty bad on. I think that was my worst one. I'll roll in more here. Standing, from seated, prone, prone. Don't need to show it. This is getting boring, I'm sure, for you guys. Just a couple more. Standing, seated, prone. Standing, seated position, prone. And these are all just 2 shots on the bottom. I think they're 2, 2, 3, 3 or something. 2, 2, 3, 3, yeah. So, I think the bolt's pretty accurate, and I think I could do better with it. I ran through all those rounds, probably 300 rounds or so that day, and I had only the 1 stoppage that I mentioned. I had a couple primers that didn't go off, but that's not the gun's fault. I was using Winchester Expert High Velocity. I tested a lot of different rounds from Remington Bulk, Federal Bulk, Federal Match, CCI, a lot of different things, and this was the best by far. Like it rivaled CCI, Stingers, and some of their higher quality stuff. $26. This was actually after I bought this after the hype went nuts in Obama.